Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Jerry Jones addresses Cowboys QB controversy after Trey Lance decision. Jerry Jones addressed the blowback over the Dallas Cowboys' decision to start Trey Lance over Cooper Rush for the team's finale on Sunday. The game had no meaning for the Cowboys, and many had been clamoring for Lance to get an extended look as the starter in a regular season game. The controversy about benching Rush for the season's final game stemmed from an incentive in his contract. Rush would have earned a $500,000 incentive for playing on 55% of the team's snaps. He started 8 games and had played on 52.5% of the team's snaps entering Sunday's game, per Jonathan Jones of CBS. But the team decided to go with Lance and Rush missed out on the incentive. He did earn a $250,000 bonus for surpassing 45%. After the game, Jerry Jones said he was unaware of Rush's situation. "I didn't even know about it until I read about it," Jones said. "Those incentives are in there for the team and we put them in there so they have the financial incentive. But they're usually put in there because of the people representing him. He did really earn some serious incentives this year." Rush signed a 2-year, $5 million extension with the Cowboys in 2023. So an incentive worth $250,000 for simply playing a game means a little more to him than someone like Dak Prescott, who is paid $60 million annually. Lance did draw the start and played decent against the Commanders. He passed for 244 yards, completing 20 of 34 passes. He added 6 rushes for 26 yards. "I thought he really played well and was really proud of him," Jones said of Lance. "I liked the way he delivered the ball with his arm strength. The ball got there with zip. And we all know if he gets a little room, he has a lot of speed and can be a serious threat that way too." Lance had thrown just 6 passes in a Cowboys uniform entering Sunday's matchup. The former 3rd overall pick was happy to get an opportunity to play meaningful snaps. "Anytime I get the opportunity to play against another team's starters, it's something I want to do and obviously put good stuff on tape," Lance said. "Excited to go home and watch it tonight and learn a lot from it. Some good things, some bad things, but a ton to learn, for sure." Lance will be a free agent this offseason and what his market will look like is unknown. He has just 1 start on his resume since 2023 and 5 since entering the league. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I really haven't even gotten into the whole free agency thing or anything like that. I know it's coming, I know it's around the corner," Lance said. "I'm going to take this and enjoy this day. Just taking some time to reflect on how grateful I am for the time I've spent here." The Cowboys may look to retain Lance, although he won't have an opportunity to be the starter in Dallas. Prescott is set to return after season-ending hamstring surgery. However, Rush will be a free agent. How former 49ers draft pick Lance fared in his first Cowboys start. Former 49ers quarterback Trey Lance made his first Dallas Cowboys start Sunday. He just had to wait until their 2024 NFL season finale for his chance. Lance, whom San Francisco selected number 3 overall in the 2021 NFL Draft, played decently in the Cowboys' 23-19 loss to the playoff-bound Washington Commanders at AT&T Stadium. He completed 20 of 34 passes for 244 yards and 0 touchdowns with 0 interceptions and an 81.0 passer rating. Lance also rushed for 26 yards on 6 carries. Lance looked formidable in his first opportunity in months. His last real chance came via the 2024 preseason, where the 24-year-old completed 73 of 113 passes, 64%, for 662 yards and 2 passing touchdowns with 5 interceptions. He also ran for 168 rushing yards and a score on 24 carries. While Lance had some solid moments against Washington on Sunday, he also whiffed on a potential touchdown pass to Dallas running back Rico Dowdle. Still, playing Lance made sense for Dallas after it missed out on the postseason. the former top prospect, could use any reps he could get. Playing Lance instead of fellow signal caller Cooper Rush also saved Cowboys' Jerry Jones a buck. Rush's contract consists of a $500,000 incentive that would have been reached had he played 55% of his team's offensive snaps this season, which he was prevented from doing. Money just means more at Jerry World, and Lance was Dallas' cheapest option. Lance will be a free agent in 2025. His future is unknown, but, at least for his sake, he enters the offseason with a backup-worthy sample reel to sell teams in meetings. He shouldn't expect to see any Brock Purdy money, though. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy camp creating rumored escape to Saints. As much as possible given his delicate circumstances, Mike McCarthy has made his position perfectly clear. He'd like to win today in Week 18 here at AT&T Stadium to close the season against Washington. And then he'd like to win again at the negotiating table with the Jones family to secure a contract extension into 2025 and beyond. "Yeah, I hope so," McCarthy said on Friday when asked about whether he might stay in Dallas. "I hope so, to be honest with you, but Agent Donnie, it seems, has other ideas." While sources have made it clear to CowboysCountry.com that McCarthy has yet to meet with Jerry and Stephen Jones about his Cowboys' future, that decisions should be made one way or another in the coming days, with the coach's contract set to expire on January 14, he has been putting down the groundwork for a McCarthy move to another NFL team. While some in the national media have dutifully made mention of the openings with the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets, sources tell us that he has already made contact with power brokers in an attempt to forge a path for McCarthy to take over the New Orleans Saints. McCarthy, through the Cowboys, can field requests beginning Sunday night, with Dallas holding the ability to deny interviews, but only until January 14. If he doesn't have a new deal here by then? If the Saints call today? Or Monday? He will have done his job by creating some measure of leverage for his client. If he can get the Bears and the Jets and any other teams who on Black Monday create openings, he can have himself a bidding war for his client. The lame duck coach's 5-year reign is being analyzed by the Joneses, and a decision has not been finalized. Jones, sources close to him have told us, is considering whether he can sell the idea of bringing back McCarthy to Cowboys Nation. Jones will evaluate the weight of the locker room support this coach has from Dak Prescott and the players. "We say he's got to be honest with himself about how the blow-it-up approach is the main reason Dallas flopped this year. And we say he's got to be honest with himself about whether the next coach here can lift the Cowboys to a higher plateau, something McCarthy did not do." Meanwhile, the Saints are also doing their homework, on names ranging from John Gruden to Aaron Glenn, and on McCarthy, too. As it happens, McCarthy was the offensive coordinator of the Saints in the early 2000s, and worked then with New Orleans GM Mickey Loomis. So there is familiarity there with McCarthy, 61, who will show up early at AT&T Stadium on Sunday to soak it all in before his 7-9 team kicks off against Washington. "I have a very strong emotional attachment that it hits me every time I walk in there and every time I walk out," McCarthy said leading up to the game. "So, yeah, I'm definitely aware of my status. I'm not thinking about it right now, but, yeah, I'm definitely in tune with that." McCarthy doesn't need to be thinking about leaving, something he'd prefer to not do at all. He's got an agent for that, and that agent has New Orleans buzzing. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike McCarthy? Leave your opinion in the comments.